Did I ask?
Yeah, ya did. Ya did ask. And speaking of asking, we're here. Everybody's asked for it. 2023 episodes of the Race Pulse. It's finally happening. It's been a week, but we're here. It's a new year. Episode number 162. And we are, of course, joined by the struggler of snow, LeMeme's.
Listen, my guy, listen. I did better in the last LeMeme's Snow Struggles, or in the last LeMeme's Snow Struggles by getting one win. So in today's LeMeme's Snow Struggles, my goal is just to get at least 2 wins, and we're solid.
That's your New Year's resolution, is to win 2 races.
That's my New Year's resolution. Let's do it.
All right,
Watch
so
me win the whole thing. Let me not do. Let me not do that. I didn't say that.
if you guys don't know, every time this dude claims he's gonna kill it, he gets absolutely bodied. Um, there is a lot on the line today in this race bus. Of course, if LeMeme gets the win, um, it would be the first time ever that he's had the most wins in a year, at any point in the whole history of the series. Because, of course, it's the first episode, so he could be up 1-0 at the end. Of course, if I win, we can make 6 months official of holding the lead of the race bus. So a lot on the line here going into this episode and into the new year. So how you feeling about that potential stats?
New year, new me. So I'm just gonna be out here vibing and living my best life, and getting these wins when I can. Two
All
wins
right.
is all I need.
All right,
And I win the playlist.
All right, let's chill with that. We're gonna jump in here now. There was one thing I was thinking that we've discussed this dominant win streak that I've had, both in the race post and off the race post recording.
Have we?
Yeah, we've discussed it. We sort of talked about how you've been saying since we did the U-Tool series how it's continued more from there. But one other key change that I feel like added to the winning was we changed the rule of what tracks we use.
Around
And
that time?
I think we started that in
I'm betting 3.
okay. I think we started in that time or slightly before, but close to that. We started the tracks being all tracks that we've made and not just random tracks. And I feel like when it comes to the random and the chaos, that's when you get, a chance to pull up maybe a little bit more than when it's tracks that I know. And like a lot of this, those tracks, we would only play them in the race post. So you had, one time to race them.
Yep.
And then, okay, they're here. And it was more just like things getting cycled out. Where this year's, more organized to, okay, each track is here for, used to be 4 episodes, now 3 episodes at a time. And I feel like that benefited me more with, okay, these are all tracks that we play lots of times even off camera. Because the more I do a track, I feel the better I do at it as I smash into a bush. But
I'd agree with that. I didn't ever really put 2 and 2. I mean, obviously we've switched the way we kind of do our tracks from community-based tracks to ones that we've made, but I'd never put 2 and 2 together to assume that was like another key factor in the reason why you're kind of dominating in the wins over months. Yep. Same thing happened to me. Just a little bit not as bad.
Oh my god, this fucking track in the snow is unique.
And to add on to our conversation we were just having, this is one track that we have not actually done while it's been snowing, because obviously we've had now 2 race playlists, or 1 race playlist fully, and this one that we're doing now, of tracks we've actually done outside of the playlist. And we've gotten to play all those tracks basically before and more after, with the snow, and we've gotten used to it. But this is one track we haven't played yet, and it's a new addition for this race playlist, so it's definitely going to provide interesting racing here, and it's most likely why you're not absolutely stabbing me in the fucking back.
And you also remembered a
track.
key thing that we've learned through our week of racing in the snow. Because going into the snow...
That the Ignis is fucking
Yeah.
not bad.
Going into the snow the last episode, we had done like 2 or 3 snow races. But throughout the week, before we got to the end of the week and my schedule got all fucky with work, before then, we were racing a lot. And we learned that the Ignis absolutely pulls up. And the Krieger has actually a kind of noticeable weakness in the snow that maybe you don't notice when you're racing it normally.
And what is that?
The shit slides a lot in the corner compared to the Ignis, which is a lot more stable. I mean, the Krieger still has the speed, and I've definitely caught you after my mistake here. But that shit's very stable through these corners.
I really think it also helps because of the weight of the Ignis.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Fuck yes. Needed that. Needed that. One more win and we win the playlist, guys. Handicap plus the bonus points, I'll take it. It's about as strong a start as I can get on a snow list, so I will fucking take it.
I kind of forgot that you bet on that because I kind of forgot that betting is a thing. I'll take the fastest lap. That will make it 26-12, so it's a good start for it. Now, we did revise the rules on fucking bullshit. Goddamn, give me a second. Fucking computer. I'm in the notes app and it's being a fucking whore. Oh no. I had to force quit the app because it was being a fucking whore.
I don't remember this track.
We've only done it like once or twice. Because then you're like, I can make a better Rainbow Road and we'll never play this one again. So... Oh, that's an interesting note to our bets that I didn't know. Apparently you're not allowed to use a bet in race 1. I mean, I don't really give a fuck. But apparently that's a rule. Didn't know that was a rule, but we'll let it slide this episode because obviously it's already happened and you won the bet. But you are only allowed 2 bets per playlist compared to before when it used to be 3. So just an interesting note on that. I wanted to make sure that I didn't have like a win 2 bets and you get a third shit like we had before if you won 2 of the 3.
Yep.
So we don't have that. It's just purely 2 bets. 1 to 3 points. You can't use it race 1, 6, or 7.
Ooh. This is not a track that I want to be second in. I'll drive right off the fucking edge if I get in second. I'm pushing this shit right on the edge in first, and I feel like I'm got too much power.
So I made this track initially for go-karts, and you said it was cringe, so I made one for cars, which you then said was better.
Yeah, this is a swag track in the snow.
Obviously, which you can't tell from this, but it's supposed to be a rainbow road, so there's multicolored track pieces, but not noticeable in the snow. But when we get close to the edge, you can kind of see the colors peeking through.
You can?
Well, the snow isn't
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
a
edge of
little
the
bit.
track piece, so you
Yeah, I
can
see
see
what
that
you mean
it's pink and yellow.
Whoa, that was way, way, way too close for comfort.
Not the start that I necessarily wanted to the episode here.
Honestly, if I could stay ahead of you, got a good chance of winning a lot of these races. If I can stay ahead of you in the beginning. Oh my god. Not like it makes a big... Well, it makes a big difference when it's you versus me racing, and you're in first place. But what I have noticed is that, and it was apparent in a short in the last episode as well, that second place, if you guys did not know, with catch-up turned on, gives you higher rate of speed than first place. It turns down your engine if you're in first place, and that is why catch-up works in this game. And when you get more speed on the snow, just magically in the race, it makes it hard to judge when to brake. And again, it's a little bit more noticeable when I'm in second place and Curtis in first, but that's what I'm banking on here.
Oh boy. Not the start that we wanted here to our playlist and trying to continue the win streak. That for me is the biggest thing.
Let me ask you, would you be more upset if you lost your win streak? Well, I guess it's the same thing, but more upset at the fact that you lost your win streak, or more upset that I won the first race of the year?
The win streak. You winning the first race playlist is whatever to me. I mean, I get what you're saying by the question, like, in itself, if I wasn't on the win streak and you won this episode. Yeah, I mean, you win in the first episode. That's whatever.
I mean, it'd be big for me. Like, I never won a first episode of the year, and it's a snow list. Like, if I could pull out a win magically somehow on a fucking snow list episode, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that
We'll have to retitle LeMeme's Snow Struggles.
my thing is the length of the streak, and it's not so much that okay, I've won 21 episodes in a row. It's more that we're literally, by the time that this episode goes out, the next one will be surpassing the 6 months of when the streak started. Because the streak started on July 5th. This episode goes out July 3rd. Or January 3rd. The next episode goes out January 11th after that. So it would be 6 months if I could win this. So that's the thing for me, is more the months than the total number. Because, I mean, I've had high win streaks come to an end before. Obviously. Because that's how it works. I think before the record was like 12.
Probably. Fastest lap 2. All right.
Damn. I've only led 1 lap in this playoff so far.
Got the 2 wins we needed. Let's hope that I can get more than the 2. I'd be very upset with a wild ass start like this, and then I lose all the
47 to 22. Can Wan blow the lead?
This race I really don't feel that comfortable in. We're gonna have to do what we can.
Car changes required after that.
Alright, I'm liking what we're seeing. Force you into a car change.
I mean, the Ignis is the better choice.
Ooh. 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 Wan almost spun out. We didn't.
Getting wins early in a playlist is obviously always beneficial in any format that it's ever been in. But with the format that we have now, it's quite crucial to get those early wins.
Ooh, I'm fucked up.
Because in
shit.
fucking hell.
Beautiful.
That shit made my car launch into the air.
Oh.
I don't know if the fuck that's a reset or not, because we're in a fucking tube. I don't know.
I mean, I would have stopped if you'd called it, but...
I mean, I was asking you for your opinion. That's why I said I don't know if it's a reset. It was said in, like, the form of a question.
Oh, well, that was more of like a statement.
No, I was like, I don't know if
It's
that's
like,
a reset.
I don't know if I should call that, but...
No, that's why I said I don't know if that's a reset. Cause
Yeah, I got you. But...
So, I mean...
Alright, now my job here is not to fuck this up.
Oh my
Very badly.
god. The fuck,
Somehow
dude?
I can hear a train going by? That's... interesting.
Oh, fuck this race.
Ignis not working out for you? Oh shit.
It's not the Ignis, it's the fucking tube that I crashed in.
Ooh, ooh. No, don't do this. Okay. For some reason, my Ignis wanted to lift up after I hit the brake pads on the
Yeah, that's what
on that one section.
That's what happened to me the first time.
Okay. I just feel like the speed that I'm driving at, making sure that like I don't like crash and fall off of something is gonna bite me in the ass here. I mean, I've got time to kill, but I really can't make a mistake, and this track is very what's the word I'm looking for?
Colin, I'll wait up.
Gotcha. Force the car switch, force the weight up.
I don't think you forced the weight up. I mean, you kind of did by not stopping when I had asked you. We're doing a reset.
Oh, I had heard it in the form of a question, so
Yeah, I mean, if you had asked it...
I mean, not in the form of a form of a...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
statement.
here's the thing. Had you asked the question, instead of saying, is that a weight up, and then we discussed it, I would have stopped.
Why would I ask the question when I didn't crash?
No, I'm saying,
Three.
had it been the other way around.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, yeah, had it been the other way around, I would have what?
I would have waited for you in that situation.
Oh, I just wasn't sure how to address that. Oh, wow. So I just didn't stop unless you were going to say something, and I was like, oh.
Well, that's a reset again.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
So you didn't really force me to use the weight up, the track being fucking a meme god, and some of these tube sections did.
So would you say if it's the track's fault, then I wouldn't have had to wait up? Or reset there? Since it was the track's fault?
No, because you had hit me as I was coming down the track.
Oh.
That's why it was, because I hit into the spinning shit, but then I came down the track and you hit me. That's one of those situations where
Yeah.
it's a questionable reset anyways. So I'm not like saying that it's should have been a reset or whatever the fuck, but like...
Shit. Let's reset after the tube.
Oh, hell no.
Three, 2, 1, go. Fuck. Oh, that was open.
Good. Damn.
That was real close. I had the slipstream on that and everything. I don't know how, but... Or maybe it was your slipstream and I just saw the thing. I don't know. Oh, god damn it! Damn.
Bro, this race has provided some wild moments, though. Like, I can already think of 3 things that I'm like, that could be a short. Like, the last lap through that tube in that same area where I passed you and, like, somehow flew up onto that section and made it through at full speed. Your save at the top there, and then oh, no.
Oof. Not good. Not sure how far away that checkpoint was, but must have been out of the tube.
No, it was right before the slowdown strip, but I had to do the slowdown strip again.
Oof. I mean, big being late in the race, but
Fuck, dude.
I'm not sure if it'll really help me out that much. I mean, it will help me out, but how varied this track is. Like right there, I'm gonna have to wait and you're gonna catch up because it's fucking spiral shit. Damn, that was a really good pass.
I was going no matter what, dude. Like,
That was a really good pass.
holy shit.
Nope. Fuck. That's it.
You fall off?
Yeah.
I mean, you still can call your weight up if you want.
No, I'm not burning my weight up on this thing. Feel like... I mean, there's still a lap to go, so a lot of bullshit could happen.
Yeah.
I'm not that far away from you yet, so... If this is the first race that I lose, then I got a couple of laps, I think.
You got 1 lap.
I got 1 lap. Right.
Yeah,
'cause
you
I
got
didn't
1
fucking-
lap. Lap 2, I called the weight up and let it at
Lap-
the end. And then lap 3, I pushed you. Lap 4, I just grabbed. Come on, 2. Be kind to me. All right.
Damn, this is whack.
So as I was saying, though, in the beginning of the race, before everything fell apart, was that winning races early, like you have, again, is always beneficial. But in this format of getting 6 wins for the list off, or 7 guaranteeing there's no list off, like that's helpful towards that total to grab those early, so you're not like, oh shit, I gotta win, 4 races at the end here or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It puts you in just slightly a better position than you would be otherwise.
Oh, shit.
I felt like on this race, the weight up was a crucial thing to use because I felt this was a track that I was better. And I felt like I should definitely win this race. And I mean, you were talking about how you had to drive slower. And I definitely noticed that I was catching up to you.
Yeah.
The gap was from 23 or down to 18 seconds, and I was like, do I call it? And I felt like it was just a necessary move, because if I didn't, I'd have to rely on the fact of trying to chase you down for those laps and not make a mistake myself.
Yeah.
So I felt like, okay, I don't want to burn it because, I mean, I rarely ever use weight ups.
And on a race 3,
Yeah.
when there's race 6 there.
Yeah, but being down by the points that I was. 21 or 22 to 47 going in, using the weight up was kind of crucial.
All right.
Yeah, that really helped. We'll see what the fastest lap is, but
I mean, that wasn't really that bad of a race for me. I got a lap led. I could have got that second lap, but I fucked up on that last turn, and then you bumped me a little bit.
no, that was another lap. The second lap, you were ahead of me, and I just managed to use the curb just a second longer than block you. The other lap, I pushed you. You had a potential to get 3.
Yeah.
Because lap 2 was right after the reset, and you pulled away slightly, but I had your slipstream and then bumped over to the curb on the right side. And then lap 3, I pushed you. But yeah, you definitely had potential on 2 of those to lead. After the new points or the points from that race are added in, 41 to 58. So I've caught up a little bit from being 22 to whatever the fuck.
Oh boy.
0 gas terminal pre.
This race in the last episode didn't go too well for me. And I don't know why.
Because every race is bad for you besides Qatar Grand Prix in the last episode.
Yeah, but the difference is that it was before I knew that the Ignis was this good, and I used... Oh, well, you used it too, so...
Yeah, the Ignis on this one, we didn't really know. This is going to be an Ignis episode, guys, so buckle up.
We got a little bit of Krieger action in the beginning when you thought you could win with that car.
I mean, I did win the last episode with the Krieger. And I've won plenty of snow races with the Krieger, but when I'm 1v1ing an Ignis, I mean, it's a little more difficult. And the way that we really found this out was on Arma. That's where we found the Ignis is fucking wild, because combined, we had never lost on Arma against people at all. And in that race, a dupe pulled up with the Ignis, and I was in the Krieger and could do nothing.
Reset on that.
Nothing against him. 3, 2, 1, go. Catch him down the straights because the Krieger's faster, and as we saw in the first race, City Boy, I was catching you, but then, holy fuck. That's a reset. Three, 2, 1, go. On City Boy, I was catching you, but I just couldn't do anything after those corners. And it was the same thing on Arma. Down the straights, I would catch this dude, but then out of every single corner, he'd pull away. Arma just isn't a Krieger track. You pull up against the Cyclone 2 and get bodied. Pull up against the Ignis and get bodied.
Reset on that. Damn. I feel like getting bodied.
I barely touched you and you're gone. That's the thing about the snow. 3, 2, 1, go. That was in the dry. That's not as big of a incident. This section up here is the site of one of your biggest U-Tool series moments.
Fucking biggest upsets, you mean?
Oh my god. That was the first time that I was like, well, I'm not going to get top 2. You and Blitz just thoroughly smashed each other in the fucking barrier. And I was just like, well, I'll take that. Because didn't one of you get launched over the barrier, so it took longer for you both to reset?
Yeah.
That allowed me to sneak in and get one of my 50 billion wins. You know, I like doing that series from the standpoint of like, it was more competitive than this is. Like this, we have competitive moments, but that there's so many people in it that there's always action on the track. Where, I mean, this has, you know, moments where there's a lot of action, and this episode's had a lot of it, but then we have, you know, some moments where it's just, like, dead.
Yeah.
Like, the last playlist trying to come up with 7 shorts was a fucking stretch.
Bro, my Ignis is sliding out. I'm not sure why.
Do you have off-road tires on your Ignis?
I do.
This feels like the route to take on this track now.
In the snow, for whatever reason, you're getting more speed over here. You're coming out earlier, and you have less speed coming into that wall. Alright. You have less speed coming into that wall, so you don't hit it.
Are you
Of course,
using
I hit the
brakes?
Wall. No, with the snow, you just drive slower naturally. Well, I drive slower naturally.
You gotta use the brake after that straight, my guy. You smash into the barrier.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that coupled with the snow and the fact when it's not snowing, you just drive head on into that barrier and it wastes a lot more time. Since you drive slower, it sets you up for that corner a little bit better. You have to brake regardless, but
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling too confident on this track against you. Zero Gas Terminal Pre is probably our second most popular Zero Gas track, I'd say.
Probably.
And it's provided many, many, many good moments of racing. And that being said, going back to the conversation we had at the beginning of the playlist today, when we have races that we've done a lot, you seem to definitely pull up in those a lot more than I can.
I mean, think of the 2 tracks that you won on. Like, both are ones that are new into the playlist. This is their first week in rotation. And honestly, think of the junk track, which is one that you were close on, that's one with chaos, and when it's a chaotic situation, it levels to shit more. Now, obviously, the junk tracks, lots of times, you'll get thoroughly bodied by the chaos as well. But those are a little bit more unpredictable. Like, the first 3 laps, I couldn't go around without hitting into every fucking thing in the tube. And the last 2, it lined up perfectly for me, and I launched through everything. So you know, it's a little bit more on the chaos side. This track, I believe, is one of your most played on the social club, or highest rated, or whatever. But
Which is crazy, because Airport Motor Speedway is right there.
that shit is...
Honestly, that's probably my favorite track.
yeah, that shit's heat.
Shit's just so iconic.
Just like my driving in the race playlist.
Ah!
I mean, nobody's got more episode wins or playlist individual race wins than I do.
You're right, when there's only 2 people competing.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's some iconic shit. I mean, the U-Tool series, nobody's got more wins than me either. And that had, at its peak, 7 people or 8 people competing. So,
Yeah. I'd say more 3 people competing, like, regularly, and then, like, 5 dudes who just showed up once a week, or, like, maybe once every 2 weeks or some shit.
yeah. Once Nonstop Rage quitted, then it kind of... we had a less person, and then he wasn't there to get Razor to play every fucking time.
And one of that dude was like, thought that Razor would take his side when he fucking had his first outburst, and Razor was just like, no, I don't know what happened. Dude didn't even read the fucking beef.
Remember when he thought that him and Razor had, like, same friend levels to what we have because they've known each other for, like, 10 years via the internet?
Yeah.
That shit was wild. He's like, no, we're like, it's like, are you? Are you really? Did you get dragged across the field? I don't fucking think so.
Did you get dragged across the field?
I don't fucking think so. Like I wrote that in my New Year's text to you, it was year 19. Let's get this bread.
Honestly, I thought it was like a COVID-19 joke. Well,
Nah, it's that. Okay, really? Oh, okay. I was like, I don't put this in here. This is going to be swag. And this dude said I thought it was a COVID joke. Shut up.
bro, I'll be honest. Yesterday I was at the bar, fucking like 3 or 4 drinks in at that point. So I read your message afterwards and I was able to respond to it. But when you sent it to me, dude, I was like, what?
Listen, I was 1 Red Bull in at that point, dude.
How was your New Year's?
Swag?
What did you end up doing that day?
The race post?
New Year's Eve, I meant.
I was going to say, New Year's what I did was watch the Jets miss the the playoffs for the 12th year in a row, and did this race post with you. Real quick, on the subject of that, I was 10 the last time the Jets made the playoffs, so I was very disappointed.
Fuck.
That had me sad. As for
Fuck.
New Year's Eve, well, I worked because
Gotta make that bread.
because the manager said no when I asked about changing my hours for that day. And it wasn't because I didn't want to work on New Year's Eve. It was 8 a.m, so that wasn't really the thing. It was, I don't want to work 6 days straight and then have 1 day off and then, bullshit like that.
But you said they weren't able to fix that?
Yeah, the manager said, nah, sorry.
So you are working 6 days?
I did work 6 days.
Oh.
Yeah, I worked from Monday until Saturday. Got 1 day off, work, get another day off, and then work 4 days straight. So we're on 11 out of 13. That's what we're going on before we have multiple days in a row. So I'm looking forward to those multiple days off because I'm gonna be chilling. We're gonna do some recordings one day, which we'll reveal what those recordings are maybe later in this episode as a sneak preview. for anybody who watches to the end. But no, New Year's Eve, after working, it was only 4 hours, so I mean, it wasn't terrible. You know, they'd be cutting the hours, so. I think that tomorrow is the next, or the only long shift that I have pretty much for the next, like, 2 weeks at least. So I came home. I just did some hardcore epic gaming.
Oh yeah? What'd you play?
Switch Sports.
With the fam?
My parents weren't home yet, so I played a few games myself, and then they came home because they went shopping. So once they got home, we did a few games. When they went shopping, I gave my mom a list of things to buy that I had gave her my credit card and said, go buy these items for shopping, which was our food for New Year's Eve. Because New Year's Eve, I do the cooking for our meal. It was my idea to do something for New Year's Eve because my parents never gave a shit. The whole time that I was like little, I'm like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. What are we doing? Oh, nothing. So a few years ago, I was like, well, let's do something. So that's when I came with the idea. I'm going to cook something. It kind of became a thing. You came over for one of those years. Obviously, I mean, you used to come over for New Year's more, but we would always like...
Adulting.
Yeah. You used to come over for New Year's. But, I mean, I was going to ask you when to come over, but you were working till like 9 or 10 o'clock, so I was like, this dude's probably going to kill himself instead.
Yeah. I actually had a pretty good night. I'll talk about it in a minute.
This is the halfway point. I got 3 wins. Wan's got 2. This is double points in this race. This provided a lot of shorts last episode. So we'll see if this race provides any short-worthy moments. But yeah, so my thing was, cooking on New Year's. That's my thing. So this year I was like, I'm doing macaroni and cheese and I'm doing burgers. So, because we had some cheese left over from Christmas that my brother and his girlfriend had brought over when we had like our charcuterie board, as we talked about in the last episode. So there was still some cheese left over from that, so grated a bunch of that up. Had some shredded cheese as well. Made some mac and cheese. Oh, I had some bacon. So Mom decided to get pasta and breadcrumbs for that. And then mainly the stuff was for the burger that she had to get stuff for. So made the mac and cheese. That was pretty swag. And then the burger, I put some cheese in it.
Ooh, okay.
So I took the burger meat, put it in the bowl, put the cheese, shredded that into it, mixed it together in there. We had some horseradish cheese.
She's Ramsey.
So I got like a bite of that shit. That was fucking... a big bite.
Spicy.
Yeah, big bite of the horseradish, and I was like, all right. Because the cheese, like, since I just mixed it in the bowl, it wasn't just, like, in the center of the burger. So, I mean, you had a bite that maybe didn't have cheese, and then you'd have a bite that had a decent amount of cheese, and that one happened to be probably all the horseradish in the whole fucking burger meat. But we had that. I added some other random seasonings into it.
Call a reset on that.
Okay, understandable. That's a reset.
I genuinely... Well, alright. Am I doing the countdown or you?
You.
3, 2, 1, go. I genuinely don't know if that was the wall that fucked me up or if, like, I glitched out on the back of your car when I hit you.
Yeah, So yeah, I made that, and then I got some tomatoes, some lettuce for the burgers. I had to put some chips. We got some just basic Lay's chips. Put that on top of it. Got everybody's condiment of choice. So I had ketchup. I picked each one based on whatever we like. So put ketchup on my mom's. Put hot sauce on my dad's. And then mine had some mayonnaise and
Kimchi?
honey mustard. Bro thinks I'm putting kimchi on a fucking burger.
It was a joke, dude. No. I kind of did, but no.
That's a reset.
Yeah. Three, two, one, go. Forgot I did the countdown. My bad.
So after that, I was tired because I got up early, and it always seems to be the days that I have to go into work at 8 in the morning is when I sleep the worst. So I was kind of tired for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, we came back. I kind of just went in my room for a little bit, came back out, and then there was some
Oh my god, dude.
New Year's
Call my
Eve
weight up.
show. You're calling a wait up?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Three, two, one, go.
So yeah, the New Year's Eve show. We don't watch the normal bullshit that's on, like the fucking Ryan
Macy's Day Parade?
Seacrest fucking sucking off the fucking crowd. That's a reset.
Three, two, one, go.
That's a reset.
Fuck. Three, two, one, go. All right. I was definitely beforehand, but
Yeah, I'll take it.
gotta get points when you need them. Am I right?
No, because all that does is just take a point away from me. I got penalized a point for doing that.
Yeah, but if you lead the lap, I don't think that that's that bad though, because it's a double point race. So
Yeah, but I think that I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure the rule is that you don't get the points for that lap lead.
oh, if you do it intentionally.
No, if you do it at all on a jump start at the end.
Oh.
Like
I thought you've used that example before. You've never gotten to actually do it, but you've said that exact example before on Sonora.
I don't know. It's written in the
some
rules.
shit.
We can check in a minute.
Yeah, because I thought you were able to do that because you brought that up before.
You may be. I think it's only. I know the last lap, if you do it, you get disqualified, and you lose the race. But I'm not sure in a regular lap. We'll have to find out. Either way, you didn't get the lap lead points, so I'll take it.
Oh, wow. I didn't fall off the platform either. Oh, well. Win mistake.
But there was a New Year's Eve show that was country music show in Nashville. It was they went around to a bunch of different bars there and had different artists perform a song. So that was actually kind of cool. It wasn't like your normal fucking shitty Christmas Eve shows. They've had to do something because that shit fell off.
That New Year's Eve show?
No, I'm just saying they had to do something for New Year's Eve shows in general. Because that
they
shit's
have
fucking.
nothing for New Year's Eve besides the parade
The parade?
or whatever. Yeah, isn't there a parade, the Macy's Day Parade or some shit?
That's Thanksgiving, my guy.
Oh. Oh no, it's the ball drop.
Yeah, I mean the
Fuck.
ball drop's
Yeah.
cool, but it's the shit on
They don't.
TV leading up to it that's like the fuck.
Oh. I just figured that it was just like a giant parade up until I only watched like the 4 seconds before
No,
it's
no, no,
about
no,
to
no.
turn the New
The
Year.
shit
So I
before
never.
that is like hours of broadcast from New York City. Like the main one is. We'll get back to this in a second. I want to check the rules here.
Don't forget to randomize the next race too,
I got you.
bro. First person. You get a first person snow race.
No, it just says a jump start results in a 1 point deduction, unless it's challenged. So we're good.
Which it. Oh, you didn't challenge. Okay.
I didn't challenge you saying that's a jump start. I accepted the penalty. So that just goes as a second point in my point loss category, but I'll take it. And what does the randomizer say? 4 point bonus for second place.
Ooh. What does that put the point total at?
108 for me, 92 for you.
All right. I'm gonna bet 3.
So
And
The-
also, what was the randomizer? Oh, 4 points. Okay.
So the thing for like New Year's is that the main show is like the bullshit with Ryan Seacrest, and that shit just kind of fucking people standing out in fucking New York City in a fucking crowd for all day to watch that dude fucking talk about some bullshit. I don't even watch it anymore because it's like just fucking terrible. I haven't watched it in like years, but it's
You
always
used to watch it.
I used to watch it. That's what my parents would put on TV. Like,
Oh.
and we didn't watch it the whole time. It's kind of like towards it's New Year's, so I haven't like actually watched a New Year's thing, probably like in a long time. And when I said my parents would put it on, like they put it on and like leave and go to bed, but I was like whatever. A lot of it would just be turning on at New Year's, or we wouldn't even watch the New Year's thing. Some nights we'd be streaming. I mean, we used to do that. We'd stream or whatever, you'd come over and whatever we would have on at the last like 2 seconds. So it was like a long time ago that I watched it, but it was always just kind of trash. But it's just gotten worse, and like every network does their own version now. So CBS had country music performances in Nashville. They had like 50 songs or something like that. Bunch of different artists in different bars performing their songs. It was pretty cool.
Oh my god, dude.
So that was a fun thing to watch. They had a half-hour break to do local news at 10 o'clock, so I watched some college football in that time. Ohio State and Georgia. Only time I watch college football if it's Ohio State or Alabama in the top 4 in the playoffs. Only time I ever watch it. So I watched that, and then we went back to the country music show, and then it was cool. There was some Brooks and Dunn performances in the first half, so I liked that. But yeah, it was that was cool. Went back to some football towards the end. Ohio State lost. I didn't see them actually lose. I checked it on Twitter because that was like right when the ball drop happened. So my parents had stayed up all night to watch it, and I was like, all right, we're gonna watch that. And I didn't really care about the game that much, so I just seen Ohio State missed the field goal at the end, and I was like, all right, that's at least I don't have to watch the championship game next Monday.
Nice.
So that's what I did though. Pretty chill. Oh, I had some Red Bull. I always have Red Bull on New Year's. I have whatever the winter flavor from the previous year was. So the 2021 flavor was pomegranate. I saved one in the refrigerator for a year, and pull it out on New Year's the next year. So now I have a fig apple one that I've replaced it with, and that will sit in there until the end of this year.
God, you're so cringe, dude.
Bro wrote Christmas cards to every single one of his fucking coworkers at work and said, I'm cringe for keeping a can of Red Bull in the refrigerator. You can shut the fuck up right now.
Bro, you kept the can of Red Bull in the fridge for a year, dude.
Yeah.
Shit's all nasty. Shit's settled to the bottom.
That's not how that works.
Doesn't Red Bull have, like, shit in it?
It doesn't settle to the bottom, my guy.
I don't know. A year-old Red Bull. Which flavor was it that was a year-old?
Pomegranate.
A year-old pomegranate. I mean,
it literally tastes
real pomegranate in there, right?
No, it doesn't have real things in it.
What?
It's artificial flavor, my dude.
I find it strange, or not strange, but I find it interesting to hear other people's holiday traditions, especially for holidays that I really don't know too much about or care that much about. Just because it's, everybody's got their own way of celebrating each holiday, and New Year's is no exception. I have always in the past just like stayed up and watched the ball with my mom. My mom made wings and shit like that. She did the same thing this year, but that was like my tradition every other year. But to be honest,
I mean, you would come over sometimes, and then we would also stream some nights. Don't forget that tradition.
Oh yeah, there's that as well. And don't get me wrong, I had a awesome time, and I'm gonna explain my New Year's in a minute here. But I had an awesome New Year's. It's just, I'm not a big fan of the holiday. Like, honestly, any holiday I'm not a big fan of, but like, specifically New Year's, I think that people hype that shit up way too much about fucking, let's do a New Year's resolution. It's just, it's another one of those days that people like have an excuse to like do something on, like make a New Year's resolution. Like, bitch, why don't you start that shit?
Nah, New Year's top
now?
3 holidays. Chill.
Bro, New Year's is big whack, dude, and you know it.
Nah, because aren't you just talking about how people have different things that they like for holidays? I mean...
But didn't you say what isn't the face of New Year's Ryan Seacrest? And didn't you say he's big whack?
The face of New Year's is not Ryan Seacrest. The main show...
Who's the face of New Year's?
There's no face of New Year's. It's the fucking changing of a number on a calendar, dude. There's no face of New Year's.
But if you had to pick a face
of New
Year's...
Because New Year's is a global thing, and picking one dude that does one show that just happens to be the longest running show doesn't mean that dude's the face of New Year's. He does fucking shitty morning talk shows that fucking like women in their 40s watch when they're fucking like prepared to go fuck off for the day. That's who likes Ryan Seacrest. So that dude's not the face of New Year's. Let's not give him that.
Anyway, my New Year's was lit. I mentioned I went to the bar earlier. I shot a few games of pool. I'd won, I think, 3 of the singles games and then 1 of the doubles games that I had played early on. Out of the 2, I won all the singles games, and then out of the doubles games, I lost 2 later on in the night. But it was great. I had a few drinks, so like actual like cocktails. I think I had a vodka shot because like the people at my table were just buying for everybody, and then they were giving out free champagne at 12 o'clock, so I picked up a cup of that. Um, and then y'all know, got a New Year's kiss from my homegirl Maxine. Um, I met her at the bar like a bunch of times beforehand, so I like knew her, but like, yeah, she's a bit of a hoe, but you know, so am I. So, you know how it be.
You're a hoe. Are you?
Nah, but
I'm about to say.
nah, and then nah, she's a great kisser though. Highly recommend Gamar if you ever get a chance. But which way are we going?
I don't fucking know.
Up here?
Oh, this way.
After that, we had played the other 2 games when I had lost those 2 from doubles, and then Maxine had gotten like a little too drunk after that point, so I stayed a little bit longer at the bar, making sure that she was good, because apparently there's this coworker that she works with, and I don't know her like that well. I just seen her a couple of times at the bar. We're friends, but you know, like,
Are
and
you
she
trying to
had
get to
come
know
with
her
her.
better?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to get to know her better. Probably not to date, but
You should already write her a
She
card
cool.
saying you want to get to know her better.
nah, I'll just text her, dude. But I had apparently her coworker was like had fucked with her before, and not sure what the situation was. I'm not trying to say he had raped her, but she was drunk and not able to give consent. So I don't know the situation, but she didn't consent to sex. Apparently, when he had taken her home and she was inebriated, and so we were just making sure that she did not go home with him. And yeah, that was that. But it was all cool. Had a really great time. Met a bunch of cool people. Got some free drinks. Paid a fuck ton for the drinks that I bought. They didn't really do like a whole ball drop. Well, they did their own version of it because they don't have a giant TV in the bar. They had like brought in a DJ who usually plays there, and that dude had done like a special beat for like when they count down from 10, and he played some music. It was a great time.
Sweat.
Yeah. Ooh, almost flipped my car.
No, I always like New Year's though, because you get like new stats and new shit. It's like a new vibe.
Stats.
Yeah. Look at our race bus. We get new stats for the year, new numbers. Starts over again. You know.
Whoa. My God. reset on that. Think how we did this in the past is line up next to each other, correct?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. That might actually have been your countdown because it's race 8. I don't fucking know. Is it race 8?
I
think so.
Yes.
That should have been your countdown then. Well, we don't get countdowns every race. It gets confusing who has what countdown. No, I don't know. I always think New Year's is swag. I always like. I mean, I'm not the fucking making a New Year's resolution kind of guy because that's fucking cringe. But I just think that it's cool when it's like, you know, kind of like a reset on the vibe. You know, what's the vibe of this year gonna be? Somebody, I don't know. That's what I like. I mean, if it's not what you like, that's cool. I don't know why you went out to celebrate then if you're not into it, but still.
I didn't say it. You're putting words in my mouth.
Bro said I don't like holidays and then went out and partied for a holiday. That's fucking wild, my guy. Calling you out publicly again.
I was about to say that I'm not a fan. I like the holiday New Year's. It's just I don't like the whole like. It's just a weird holiday, dude. I just don't like holidays in general for the simple fact that everybody overhypes them, and they're super like commercialized. Oh, go buy this shit. Go buy that. Go buy this. Go buy a gift for Easter. Who gets gifts for Easter, dude?
People that celebrate Easter.
Yeah, like chocolates, right?
I guess. I don't fucking know, dude. Listen, Easter's one of those holidays that's fucking there, dude. You pick the most, like, random ass shit. I participate in, like, 3 holidays, dude.
Valentine's Day.
I participate in 3 holidays, dude. Or I willingly participate in 3 holidays, dude.
Damn. Alright, reset on that.
Dude said damn like he didn't try to fucking drive me into the wall the whole fucking time.
Oh, I didn't. That's not what I was doing. 3, 2, 1, go. What I was doing is I was hitting into your car so that way I could... Oh, safety car. Fuck.
Well, I don't even know how we approach that on this track because there's no way to fucking pit, so...
What do the rules say?
I mean, the rules say that
safety car on the last lap.
The rules say on the safety car on the last lap that you go pit, but the pit's normally by the start line. What are you going to do, drive around the whole fucking track to go pit? Because that's the rules on the safety car on the last lap. Yeah, because the safety car is that safety car takes place on lap 5. Actually, wait, before you go back, wait. If a safety car takes place on lap 5, the race ends under safety car and the undamaged car is the winner, unless the crash takes place in the last corner.
It was not the last corner.
So that means that I win the race.
Damn. But real quick, wait, hold on, go back.
What?
Would you want to finish the race off from that start point and you win the race regardless, but would you want to do that?
What do you mean?
Because we, like, start from right here and just...
No, because the safety car rules that the race ends.
Yeah, I know that's the
There is
rule,
no
but-
reset. There's no countdown. There's no reset. Like, I don't know what you want.
I know, like we would have said that you won regardless. If I had made it to the start gate, for
No.
whatever
I
reason
just don't
first-
know why you wanted to do that. There was no need.
Yeah, no, it's just I mean we're already lined up. Might as well. It's kind of like shooting all the pool balls in at the end of a game after the person's already won or hit it in early. Similar to that, but
No, because then you just end the game. Well, if you want the list off, Gamar, you're going to have to get some wins off, Gamar. We've reached that point. I have 6 wins. You have 2, which means that to get to the list off, Gamar must win the next and final 4 races.
do don't I?
And here's the track it starts on for you.
Sorry.
Moop Road, PS.
Want to bet? Oh, I already bet twice. Also,
Whoa.
time's a construct, so oh, fuck. God damn it. Ignis has got that problem for whatever reason, it just likes to pop up. But that's saying, also time is a construct, so kind of really doesn't matter if we hit a new year or not. Like, it does for, like, your videos and everything, like, that's swag, but it doesn't really matter in the long scheme of things. Like, nothing changes. Nothing feels different about the day. Like, that's why I'm not a huge fan of the actual holiday itself. Like, it's swag that it is a holiday, but I think it's a little bit overhyped.
I mean, I think that there's elements of it that are fucking wild. I mean, for me, staying up to 12 o'clock is something I do like all the fucking time, so it's not like any different anyways. But, I mean, these dudes that go to, like, New York City, right? Obviously, around the world, there's different traditions, and America's New Year's tradition is the ball drop in New York City. That's our biggest event that takes place. And the dudes that stand in Times Square for the whole fucking day, that's fucking ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Like,
oh, for the
like,
to watch it?
yeah, because I mean, you're not getting there at fucking 11:40 to watch it. You're getting
no,
there at like 6 in the morning to stand there all fucking day.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
Like, could not be me, dude. You want to go to the bathroom? Oh, well, let me bring out this plastic bag. Like, what? No.
I mean, it wouldn't really be any different from any other day in New York.
I mean, you're not wrong, but, like, it's just the fact that you are willing to stand in the middle of Times Square. And, I mean, some years the weather's complete shit. This year it wasn't that bad. It was, like, 50 degrees. 55. But, like...
New York?
Yeah. New York City's
Actually,
temperature...
yeah, it hasn't been that.
New York City's temperature was the same as it was here yesterday, basically. A little bit of rain, a little bit of... But it wasn't bad.
And today was fucking a snack.
So, like... I mean, one day it was like 65, like a few days ago. I was going around with my windows down. I'm like, what the fuck? Last week it was like 5. Today it's 65. But, yeah, no, that shit could not be me. You will not catch me standing in Times Square watching the ball drop. The only way I'm in Times Square watching the ball drop is if this YouTube channel pops off and a TV network asks me to be there to stand on the stage when the ball drops. Then I'll be there. But you're not going to see me out in the crowd. Nope.
You're gonna be the one asking the questions.
Nah, but every year they bring
You're
out
gonna be
like
the
some
face of New
people.
York?
Like one year they had like Ninja there or some bullshit. Remember that dude?
No.
Whatever year that dude popped off and had his big year, they had
They're
that.
fucking ninjas at fucking the ball drop, dude.
They had
this
that.
is so much cooler.
They had that dude out there doing his fucking Fortnite dances on the fucking stage, dude.
Bro, people in 2,000 years from now are gonna be like, wow.
That was
They used to have ninjas at the ball drop.
Yeah, your joke's not really hitting, so you can.
Come on,
you
that's
can
a funny
drop it.
joke. You could drop it, just like the fucking ball, dude.
Yeah, that dude kind of like killed his career, but either way,
What'd you just say to me, you little shit?
I don't even know. Like that dude just kind of threw by like switching fucking platforms and then Fortnite not being the only thing people want to watch on stream anymore.
Among Us came out, and this dude just was done.
Basically, Among Us and Fall Guys, and then Fortnite wasn't the only thing to watch.
Bro, Among Us, oh my god, dude, that shit got so popular. That's honestly, like, Among Us has the same amount of, like, popularity that Fortnite does. Not in actuality, but, like, to me, the amount that people are talking about it and that I have to fucking hear about Among Us without, like, triggering the conversation, it's just ridiculous.
Do people still talk about it?
Yes, dude, all the time. Like, there are people who wear, like, sweaters that have fucking Among Us characters on it still, and I'm like, bro.
I mean, the only thing that Among Us did is bring the word sus back into the language.
Like, it's not that bad of a game, but I've never played it, but it doesn't look like that bad of a game.
No.
But, like, if Fortnite wasn't fucking cringe as it was, that would be how I would see Fortnite. Like, genuinely that it's fucking cringe as a game is, and we've talked about that on here before, like why it's not what they showed in the, what is it, YouTube gaming shit, or the E3? E3. When they originally first announced it, but
That's a dub.
yeah. That's alright. I personally have won because I've gotten 2 race wins, and that's all I wanted.
Now, I mean, here's the thing. Unless you DNF this, you're still in range to win the episode, points-wise. Like, so it's not completely over just for you to make the list up. We should clarify that. I mean,
didn't know that I can skip the list off
what?
like that. I didn't know I could skip the list off like that.
Skip the list
And
off?
still, well, yeah, not do the list off and then still win.
Yeah, remember like
Because isn't the list...
yeah, remember there was the one episode like right when the list off came out that it was like super close, and I was deciding whether or not to throw the race or not to.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier with the skipping the lap.
Yeah, so
or skipping the start.
something like the list off is there to provide a way for you to have a close episode at the end. But at this point, it still comes down to points. The list off just requires both of us to get 7 wins or 6 wins. But if you come back and, I mean, you can still be 5-7 and you could still win the episode. So it's not completely over. It just becomes a lot harder without the list off. Because typically, if you don't have the list off, it means that one person's ahead by a lot in the points. So, I mean, if you come back and kill it here, but it is 167 to 113, you're going to need to lead all the laps. Yeah, I mean, there's still 93 points available, so you're in a spot where you could still win the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a track that I'm complete shit at, so.
I mean, I could just get like a. I could just pull out the win luck here and just get a bunch of wins. Whoa.
That's a reset. Alright. This is race 10, which means it's your countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
What the fuck you did there, but. All I know is that I'm kind of shit at this track, so. Just get this race over and move on to the next one. This is also the first time in the playlist that we've shown the Italy GTO on an episode, because the last episode did not feature a sports car race.
It's kind of half a sports car race. You really got the C tier races up in here today, huh?
Did I?
Yeah, Davis Super Sport.
That was a C tier race.
What is it rated?
I think it's a B. I don't know. You rated it highly. I mean, we haven't had new tracks made in a while, so we're kind of getting towards the end of our tracks.
Are we?
Yeah. There's
How many do we have left?
I mean, it's still a good amount, but it's not like before when we had like a billion to choose from. We probably got like, I don't know, I'll tell you after the thing, because I can pull the document up, but I don't know, maybe like 20 or 30, but it's not like before when it was, we had like 4 new ones a week. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of them are more like, do we really want a go-kart track? Do we really want... You know what I mean? It's that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And we did release a lot of those.
Do we really want to do a go-kart race? Do we really want to do a fucking race with whatever that truck was called? Like...
The NASCAR truck?
Yeah, the unreleased NASCAR truck that's not in the game yet. That one. No, whatever the truck that we raced before the NASCAR truck was put into the files of the game and unreleased at the moment of this recording.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Did we really want to do a race with that? Because there's like 15 of those. Because you made the fucking hard drive, and there's like 4 hard drive races, and I made like 4 different races. Like, do we really want to do those in a playlist? Like, genuinely.
I don't think those ones are that bad.
Bro, I put a truck race in last time, and you fucking complained about it, so I took it out.
Yeah, because it was like a really bad one. It was the Dr. Phil Ranch one, dude.
And like, hard drive is that much better.
I mean, the first one is.
Are the other ones?
Third one.
Okay.
Or no, hard drive home. Hard drive home.
So there's 4 hard drives, and 2 are listed as good, and 4 are listed as put in the playlist. Like, this is what I'm working with. And we're down to Davis Super Sport and Wanyá Rainbow Road. Like, that's the shit we have to work with. There's not as many high-quality options as there was 3 months ago. Because we're not on
Kind
the...
of put them all in at once. All the high-quality ones.
Because I kept putting in the new ones first. Because they were ones that we were playing and hyping them up. So now we got, like, a bunch of the okay ones towards the end because they were okay tracks. They were high enough to make it into the playlist, but not something to like seek out and play all the time. That's why we get the scenario that we have. Even this track wasn't a high choice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's cool, but it wouldn't be like a first pick. And also in the middle of that, keeping the fact that we each have the same amount of tracks in an episode and balancing supercar and open wheel races. So, like, there's a lot to it. And as you notice, the balance of that is thrown off by the fact that we don't have any sports car races in the playlist.
Yeah.
So, like,
Davis Super Sport.
yeah. So, we had the semi-sports car race in the last 2 episodes. So there's a lot of, like, that. And that's why we end up with a Davis Super Sport, and we end up with a Wanyá's Rainbow Road, and yeah, I mean, the only real high quality edition was City Boy.
Yeah. We've hit the dregs.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking trash.
Shit.
I mean, honestly, I may go through and take out some of the things from the list, like the hard drives that aren't as good. Like, that's obviously an example. We can look through more and be like, do we really need this track in the playlist ever? Oh my god. I'm all over the fucking track.
Oh boy. That was close.
So, of course, this should be the second and final snow race here in a row for this update. I mean, even maybe by the time this goes out, the snow might be gone. But before the next episode, snow will be gone, and we'll be back to the regular, normal races. So there is that. Snow's been fun. It's been a while since we did a snow racing. I mean, it's obviously, like you were saying the other day, it's kind of at the point where it's like, okay, this has been a while now. We can move on. I think it's fun to have in a playlist episode, but coming towards the end of this one, it's just like, all right. I'd like to have regular Surface back. How's that wall going for you?
It's pretty rough. Oof.
Oh my god, I spun out. So as it is a new year, Gamar, what do you think we can get to on this channel in 2023? Like viewer wise, subscriber wise, how do you think we can do?
I think easily we can triple our subscriber and viewer rate over the course of the year from what we've had this past year. And I say that because obviously Susan introduced the shorts, and well, she didn't introduce them. She allowed them to be. She's introducing shorts to be monetized, and we've seen a lot of success with our shorts, with our clips, specifically of the race playlist. And as we continue to bring more and different content to the channel with my RC content that I've started to post, guys, go and check that out. It's definitely allowed, well, not yet, but I'm hoping that we keep working on it, we keep making videos and shorts, that it'll attract more people who are interested in that kind of content, and that could also get like a different kind of viewer base based on racing or cars, because I ultimately think that that's like what this channel is and like has been for a while. And yeah, that's my response.
Okay, I like that. I think that expanding on the shorts, I would like, it doesn't have to be a requirement, but I would like to have this for every race, is that, not every race, every video, is that we pull a short from it. Because I feel like the shorts are so random in the what you get shown that if we can get a bunch out, you never know what's gonna necessarily pop off. Like we know Race Boss, but there have been other shorts that have gotten more views than maybe you'd expect from something. So, like I had an Overwatch 2 clip that became one of the most viewed shorts. Like I didn't expect that to be, but it was one of the most viewed shorts of 2022. So just that type of thing, I feel, is important. So with every video we produce, I'd like to be able to pull a short from it. As for viewership, subscriber, I think that 2023 we can get the most viewed year. I think that's highly doable. We hit 95,000 views in 2022. which was the third most, and honestly got close in the end of the year to the second most viewed, which was 2016 with 107,000 views. So we weren't too far off from second most viewed, which was honestly surprising when I looked at that stat this morning and seen how close we were. So that was cool. Subscriber wise, I'd say 2,000 to 2,500 is where I like to be. I think if we can hit 2,000, that would be big. And I think that would just help expand viewership faster, because I feel like if you get more subscribers, then you're just going to obviously have more people out there watching it. So if we can continue to expand and get to 2,000, then I think 2,000 to 3,000 becomes easier.
Do you know how many like consistent views you get? Like consistent viewers?
I don't know the number off my head, but I can look at it. I know it's not as high as I want it to be. I know a lot of it comes from the shorts feed. And if you're someone
it does show that?
Yeah. You can see the amount of views from subscribers to non-subscribers. Most YouTube channels, the lean towards unsubscribed is always higher. Because, it's just, you get recommended a video and you watch it. And if most of your viewership comes from shorts, you're especially going to get that. Because when I scroll through the shorts feed on YouTube, a decent amount, and I don't think I'm subscribed to really any of the channels that pop up. So if a lot of our views come from shorts, we're going to get that. But I can take a look and let you know the numbers on that. But I think it's got to be something like 90% or even maybe higher is from non-subscribed viewers. So there is that. But I think that, if we can get 2,000, 2,500, that'd be really good for the year. Obviously, in the last 90 days, views and subscribers have popped off as I messaged you that. 101 in the last 90 days. 68,000 views in the last 90 days. So that's where it's really been good. There is more potential content that I want to produce. Gotta do some messaging. Reach out. For a potential August video collaboration, which slightly about. We talked about it about a month ago.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had made any progress on.
Honestly,
that.
I kind of forgot that I did do that.
I had I'll talk about it after.
Yeah, that's an off-camera thing, but there is potential for something swag. Either way, if the potential addition to that doesn't happen, you and I are going to do something swag in August anyways. Which we can also discuss after. But as we do come to the end of the episode.
Oh, I'm really fucking excited for that.
August videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which actually I did slightly mention in a short for my 2023 New Year, New Videos. And somebody commented, okay, it's just a year.
It is just a year?
Okay, it's just a year. Because like we talked about earlier, I think it's cool. And I like to do like an end of the year recap. And if you've, seen the channel, every Sunday in December, I put out a recap of something that was impactful to the channel. Started discussing it. I put out a short with it. But every year since I started doing those videos in like 2014, the last video of the year is always a preview of the next year.
Yeah, I know you have your things.
So
You're themed years and months, and
yeah. So the last
you're a time boy. That's what I'll call you from now on.
so
is
the
time
last
boy.
video of the year is titled whatever the next upcoming year is, new year, new video. It's kind of like a preview, right? So I put that out, discussed you getting more involved with your own content, continuation of shorts, whatever. And that's when somebody commented, okay, it's just a year. And I was like, thanks for watching.
Okay, it's just a comment.
Yeah, exactly. I just like to comment that to people. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah. That's the best. That's the number one.
Because somebody
comment.
pulls up and thinks that they're like,
That's our first.
exactly. Because somebody pulls up to you and they're like, because I feel like with saying it's just a year, which I mean, I don't really care, but in my mind, it kind of comes off as you're making too big of a deal about shit that doesn't fucking matter to me. Which, again, if you're not into it, I don't really give a fuck. And that's on you. Like, you're not into it, whatever, I don't really care. I am, and I'm going to make my content based on that. So that's what it felt like to me. So I was just like...
Genuinely, if this dude does watch your content, and he's a subscriber, I don't know the case, but
yeah.
This dude could learn about future content that you're going to be making before, like, it happens. And so, like, it's not just a year if you're actually a watcher. If you're not, then cool, you just left the comment.
Yeah, if that showed up in your shorts feed on December 31st, somebody talking about 2023, which I feel like is probably the case, okay, and that's fine. But I just felt like you commenting that was just like, I don't know, trying to go at what I was saying for not really any purpose. I was like, thanks for watching. But if you did watch this whole video, if somebody decided to watch all hour and 48 minutes of content we've produced, of course, January is a randomizer month on the channel, besides the race playlist. So, bunch of things put into the randomizer, like we use in race 7. And the schedule for the month is randomized. And we got vlog and we got menus best. So if you're on the lookout next week, there should be a vlog at the end of the week. Now, I haven't produced a vlog since 2020. So that will be fun.
That's 3 years ago.
And you didn't do a vlog since like 2 weeks ago. But this is going to be special. There's key elements to it. We're both involved. And the way that it's going to be recorded and done is going to be something I've wanted to do in a vlog before. Kind of did it in a vlog back in 2019 when I was doing bee things. But you actually understand how video making works, so we're actually going to make it proper. And then the other thing is our menu's best, and we're trying to special.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
You understand what I'm explaining to you on how to make a video better than other people that I've worked with.
Nah, fuck boy.
That's what I'm going to say.
We've also got pretty ace teamwork.
Yeah, so if I explain, hey, this is how I want to make this video, you're going to understand more than he did in that video. I mean, that video was solid, but I know that we're going to make that vlog very swag and produce it in a way that I've wanted to produce a vlog before. And then our menu's best, we're trying Mr. Beast Burger, one of the... You know, we're going to get that YouTube collaboration. We're trying food from one of the most subscribed to YouTubers.
He's also a friend.
Best friends of Mr. Beast. I believe Mr. Beast is the...
I mean, I just said I'm not best friends.
I'm best friends with Mr. Beast, yeah. Me and him go way back. No, he's the most subscribe to like individual channels, not owned by a fucking giant company.
No, he's really chill. I like what he does.
Yeah, he definitely does cool things. I mean, I don't
Shouts
watch
out
his
Mr.
content,
Beast.
but from like things that I've seen about it, or you know, when things show up in shorts that are like interviews he's done, he's got some interesting things.
I heard that Mr. Beast is a no bullshit type of dude. Like he does not want any of the money. He's like, if someone's trying to take advantage of him, he figures that shit out real quick and ends that shit.
Oh, I
He's
see.
had a couple of dudes who's had problems in the past,
Yeah, I saw one clip,
but
one of
that's
the
really cool.
shorts, when the first Mr. Beast burger that's like an actual location and not just the cloud kitchen. The physical place in some mall. When that opened, it was like the whole fucking crowd was there going wild trying to see him. He asked why there was like a group of people in an area, and I guess it was like merch that they were selling. He's like, well, why are we selling it? Just give it away. Some like pop-up store or something, and I was like, that do be wild. But yeah.
I mean, I think he was probably doing that so that the store, was that his store?
Yeah, it was something like just a pop-up store that he had that
Oh.
he was just like, well, why are we selling it?
Yeah, dude. He's genuine.
So, I mean, I
Respect
don't,
his crowd.
like I said, I don't watch his content, but the things that he like does do, the clips I've seen from him, very, very swag vibe. So,
Yeah.
it's cool to have him, you know, kind of be like the guy that's representing YouTube in that kind of sense. Because obviously, as the most subscribed channel that's not just a giant company that's like doesn't give a fuck. I don't even know what the most subscribed to channel actually is, but the shit people actually care
I don't feel
about.
bad eating there.
No.
Like they genuinely make good shit. I've had their burgers before. I'm gonna try something different for Menu's Best, but their burgers are fucking. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna get in the Menu's Best,
But,
and the items that we're gonna pick. I already got the idea for. I'll run it by you after, but
Alrighty. But yeah, like I don't feel bad like giving to, because I'm not giving to a corporation like McDonald's. Like I know that Mr. Beast's getting the money, and I know he's putting it to charity or some fucking like lung cancer something.
or he's gonna
It's
put it
not
into
actually
some
going to
other
fucking,
wild video that's gonna get him more money to do something like that.
yeah, like don't feel bad at all. Like I think he's one of the richest. He's not even rich himself. Like he's run out of money a lot of times and asked for loans, personal loans. But he's probably one of the richest people that has not been seen as an asshole
Yeah,
for doing some shit with their money.
I think that that's an interesting thing too. Talking about the well, there's two things. First, the shit he does the cloud kitchens and how that like that money helps those restaurants get extra money is cool. Because I mean, you know, these companies can do something like that because a lot of them are like franchises. So even though it may be like whatever restaurant it is coming from, like a Friendly's or a Chili's, is not necessarily just. I mean, I don't know if Chili's is franchise model, but I feel like Friendly's is because they have like none. But you know, a place like that gets some money from it, that is a restaurant in the area that may not always get it. Because I mean, something like Friendly's. Are you ever gonna order Friendly's? No.
I mean, it's like a sit-down restaurant. They get busy sometimes, but I know Friendly's gets dead as fuck.
Yeah.
Like 2 seasons out of the year.
Like I'm not seeking out Friendly's, but you say, okay,
No.
I'm gonna get Mr. Beast Burger cooked in a Friendly's kitchen, sure, and then it gets Friendly's more money, and they can survive in that location.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Mr. Beast burger is different than the actual Friendly's burgers that they serve.
Oh, yeah.
Because some places just don't do that, And it's a lot better than if you were to just get
100%,
friendlies.
because
So
they
like,
follow the recipe and use the ingredients that are said for Mr. Beast Burger, or whatever the Cloud Kitchen may be, because there are other ones. Mr. Beast Burger is just the most popular of it. They follow that recipe and all that stuff. So it isn't just getting a Friendly's burger. And having gotten Mr. Beast Burger, I've gotten it twice, and I've gotten it from 2 different locations, one from a Chili's and one from Friendly's. You wouldn't tell that they were from 2 completely different kitchens at all. So there's that. But the other part that I thought was interesting when you said about, being somebody that has money but isn't a complete meme with it. I think it's interesting that the people that you think of as...
I mean, I don't believe that, but yeah.
What?
I don't see people, like, you do whatever the fuck you want to do with your money.
Yeah.
I don't see it as a problem, but there are people who do see it as a problem.
I'm saying
people
more...
are rich like that.
Well, yeah. More the people that just, like, flex their money on YouTube. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
Those people you think of as the YouTubers that are here, like, popping off, and of course getting a lot of views. But when you talk about the most subscribed to individual people, the people that are at the top of that, at least the top 2, don't give a shit about the money that they get, which I think is very interesting. Because obviously you had PewDiePie at the top for years, and that dude doesn't give a shit about flexing on people with supercars and expensive watches. And Mr. Beast is like that similar vibe of just, do whatever, and I don't really... The money isn't the main objective of it. It's nice to have, but you can do things outside of that. And that's what I think is cool with that. And that's what I feel like would be fun to get to for a point on YouTube, where we can make content and have money to do things, but I'm not going to be out here flexing on people if this channel pops off.
Yeah, no. So if you guys want to help us get to that goal, definitely subscribe. Tell your friends and family and your friends' family.
We're not going to be flexing on you and posting Instagram posts. I mean, I may post a Instagram post of a car that I'll buy, but I'm not going to, like, flex on you with, like...
We're not going to flex on you guys. We'll flex on the people in our lives.
Yeah, exactly. So, like...
Well, there goes our...
No. But, like, genuinely, we're not going to have, like, 50 Lamborghinis in a post or whatever the fuck.
I might buy an RC Lamborghini. Driving around for a video.
Nice. I did that back in 2014. But, yeah, that's that. That's our video. We had a little extra conversation at the end like we tend to do. It's always swag. That's the first video of the year, and 2023 Race Plus off to a good start. Of course, we do got to acknowledge with this win, it is 6 months straight of Race Plus wins.
I mean, hand clap. I don't know what else to say. It was a good run. I mean, I did my best, and that I have done in the snow list, so I don't think I could have done any better.
No, I think that you pulled up winning those first 2. That was impressive, and even that third race you were competitive, and you got 3 wins in the end of the episode. So 3 wins in a snow list where he's good. Of course, we'll be back to the regular races with the non-snow covered tracks. But yeah, getting to 6 months. I mean, it's still wild to be at that point. I mean, I won 12 episodes in a row before, but to have 22 episodes in a row equating to 6 months, it's just, that's wild to me. And I mean, I want to see how much longer it can keep going, but hitting that amount is just not something I expected to have in the series. I mean, It felt like for a while it was getting a lot closer. So to then pull up and have this dominant run has been, I would say, unexpected. There was a few close moments in there. You pushed it to a list off one time.
All right.
The one where it got to the list off, that was the one where I felt like the streak was gonna be close to ending because you pulled up and I missed pitting in a race and got disqualified, and that put the points in a fucking wild place. But
To be honest, I know we're about to close this out in a second here, but I thought I was about to disqualify you once I had that 20, like right as soon as you fucked up on Junk Extreme. I thought I would DNF you, but you didn't, because then you started making up time, and I was like, oh, all right. So I forgot how chaotic it was, and eventually you ended up winning that race. Because I feel like when you called that weight up, the momentum that I had kind of like changed, and you put a stop to what I was doing, and then you were able to come back. Because after that point, you just kind of steamrolled. Not steamrolled, but you rolled.
I mean, I won, what, 7 races in a row at that point?
At that point, yeah.
Yeah. I won 7 in a row, and then you won the fucking Davis bullshit. But yeah, that junk track, there definitely was a momentum change. I mean, the first two, after Wanyá's Rainbow Road, dude, I was just like, all right, we got to fucking make a change. And that's when I went to the Ignis. I mean, you pulled up, and even in that junk track, I was like making those mistakes. And again, I had to use that weight up, which is something I don't use. So, but yeah, once that happened, definitely locked in, got some wins. But yeah, you had the early momentum for sure. I definitely agree with that. Using that weight up in a racing your 19 second lead.
That was crucial, like you said.
Yeah, because for a second there, the second that I crashed, because you didn't see it obviously because you were ahead. I went into the tube and I hit the ramp just a little bit too far on the left side. And you know how those ramps aren't smooth with the tube. So
No, they never are.
like, it connects in. So if you hit it right in the center, you're good. But if you hit it on the left or the right, you just hit the bottom of the tube. And as we've seen throughout that race and later on, the Ignis likes to fly. So I hit that shit at the wrong angle and just launched in the air and fell out of the tube. So I had to respawn. So, or...
Oh, is that when you did that corkscrew? In the fucking... Yeah, that was.
The corkscrew?
Because I had to respawn at the same time.
No.
On my screen...
No, that was... We respawned at the same time. It was different. This is the one where I was behind because we had the was it a weight up, was it not a weight up incident right before.
Oh, okay.
So that happens. I was already behind you. That's how you led lap 1 of that race. And then I hit the tube, flipped in the air, and then I was continuing to go. So I already lost time from that. Continued to go. I didn't have enough momentum, so then I slid into the hole. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I slid into the hole, and then I had to respawn. So that's how I was like 23 seconds behind. I was like, oh boy. That had me considering the weight up then, but made it through the lap, cut the time down, because I was still debating on it, but glad we made the right move. But that's going to be the end of the episode, unless you got anything else you want to say.
I do not. Have a good night.
All right.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year. That is the end of episode number 162. We'll be back next week for another Race Plus episode and see if Wan can get his first win of 2023.